This story begins with an unexpected encounter between a monk and a live-streaming sales idol, leading to an illicit relationship that ultimately spiraled into a blackmail case. Once exposed, the tale dominated hot search trends on Chinese social media. The incident involved the abbot of a prominent temple in Chengdu, who dated a married female streamer and was subsequently extorted for 3.2 million yuan, equivalent to over $450,000. The scandal even made headlines on China Central Television's news broadcast. How could a monk and a woman who live-stream sales come to know each other and start a romance? Why did the woman manage to extract such a large sum from the man? As always, if this story captivates you, don't hesitate to leave a like as encouragement for us. And if this is your first time tuning in, please subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated on the most gripping cases. The protagonists of today's story are a married couple in China who ran a business selling rosewood furniture. Rosewood, also known as red sandalwood, is a rare and precious material, making it significantly more expensive than average wood. Furniture crafted from rosewood is typically reserved for affluent customers. Before the COVID-19 pandemic hit, the couple's business thrived. However, as the crisis unfolded, they faced mounting challenges. With the rise of social media, they decided to shift from in-person sales to online commerce. The husband, surnamed Qian, took charge of coordinating with workshops, placing orders, and handling related tasks. His wife, Kai, became an online salesperson. To grow their business, she diligently honed her sales skills and live-streamed daily from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. To attract viewers, Kai also learned makeup and beauty techniques to enhance her appearance on camera. In a short time, she became a well-known streamer in the rosewood furniture niche. In late 2020, a male customer caught Kai's attention by consistently purchasing large quantities of rosewood furniture. He quickly became her top buyer during live streams, indicating he was extraordinarily wealthy. Shortly after, this customer sent Kai a private message requesting to connect on WeChat. To maintain a relationship with this VIP client, Kai agreed. The two began chatting on WeChat. Initially, their conversations were strictly professional, revolving around buyer-seller interactions. But as many say, can there truly be pure friendship between a man and a woman? Their exchanges grew more frequent, and sometimes an offhand remark from one would stir feelings in the other. It's unclear whether Kai made the first move, or if the man was already drawn to her beauty, femininity, and eloquence as a streamer, but their relationship progressed rapidly. The allure of a wealthy man who bought items without glancing at the price was undeniably strong for Kai. 2 months later, after a period of tentative flirtation, both could no longer suppress their emotions and were eager to meet in person. On February 24, 2021, Kai traveled alone from Fujian to Chengdu to meet her lover. They arranged to rendezvous at a luxury hotel. Upon arrival, Kai discovered that her dream lover was a monk, yet this monk was unconcerned with monastic rules. Thus, a married woman and a man of the cloth, unable to control their desires, took their relationship further. Once there was a first time, a second followed. The illicit couple continued communicating via WeChat. Little did they imagine that this clandestine affair would lead to a blackmail case that would rock society. In April 2022, Kai's husband, Qian, stumbled upon secret messages on his wife's phone. Discovering her infidelity, Qian was furious. Naturally, who could remain calm upon learning that their partner of many years had deceived them for over a year? Immediately, Qian sought revenge. He demanded that his wife provide all information about the man. Fearing the collapse of her family, Kai urged her husband not to confront him or resort to violence, explaining that the man's identity was highly unusual. Regaining his composure, Qian turned to the internet to investigate this man. It turned out that he, too, was a figure of wealth and influence. Kai's lover was a monk surnamed Zhang. He had graduated from the Department of Buddhist Studies at the Minzu University of China. In 2005, he became the abbot of a renowned temple in Pujiang County, Chengdu, Sichuan Province. To rise to the position of abbot, a monk must meet stringent requirements, including at least 15 years of monastic life and strict adherence to Buddhist precepts. At that time, Zhang also held significant roles. He was a member of the 13th Sichuan Provincial Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, vice chairman of the Sichuan Buddhist Association, and chairman of the Pujiang County Buddhist Association. The question arises, how could the abbot of a temple possess such immense wealth that he could repeatedly purchase rosewood furniture to catch the attention of an online seller? Chen discovered the temple where Zhang served. It was the Shixiang Temple, located within the Shixiang Lake Ecological Area in Chongqing City, near the Chengdu Expressway. This is the only tourist site in China with an entrance directly adjacent to an expressway, making it highly accessible. The temple was originally constructed in 225 AD during the Shu Han period and once served as a retreat for General Wei Yan. Shixiang Temple is also believed to be a sacred site where deities converge. In 1992, the Pujiang County government officially granted Shixiang Temple permission to conduct Buddhist activities. Upon uncovering his wife's lover's background, Qian's anger suddenly dissipated. He even felt a hint of excitement, seeing a rare opportunity to make money right before him. Qian devised a meticulous plan for profit. Little did Zhang know that the reputation, power, and wealth he had built over the years would crumble to dust because of a woman. The illicit affair between the monk and the married woman had lasted over a year. Had no one exposed it, their lives might have continued undisturbed. But one day, events spiraled beyond the lover's control. Chen told his wife, "In this world, only money doesn't lie. Making money is the only thing that matters." He worked to convince Kai to follow a carefully calculated script. While it's unclear what Kai thought at the time, she ultimately teamed up with her husband to profit from her lover. Less than 2 months after their last meeting, Kai arranged another rendezvous with her lover. Despite knowing that their relationship had been discovered by Kai's husband, Zhang agreed to meet. On April the 27th, 2022, monk Zhang traveled from Chengdu, Sichuan, to a hotel at a hot spring resort in Jianyu County, Fujian Province. Unbeknownst to him, he was step by step walking into a trap set by Kai and her husband. Chen instructed his wife to maintain an intimate relationship with Zhang, inviting her lover to Fujian for a trip. Secretly, Chen installed a hidden camera in the hotel room to record Kai and Zhang's intimate moments. To ensure the image quality, Chen even stayed in a separate room, monitoring the live video feed from start to finish. Of course, Kai's acting skills were impeccable. From start to finish, she gave her lover no reason to suspect anything. When Zhang cheerfully parted ways with his mistress to return to Chengdu, Kai and Qian were equally satisfied with their accomplishment. 2 months later, the couple traveled to Chengdu, where Zhang lived and worked, armed with the video. Kai informed Zhang that she was in Chengdu and arranged to meet him at a hotel. Without any suspicion, Zhang eagerly arrived at the rendezvous. But when the monk opened the hotel room door with anticipation, he froze. Inside, it wasn't just Kai waiting for him. Qian was there too. Confronted by his lover's husband, Zhang calmly denied the affair, but everything was unfolding according to Qian's plan. Presented with the uncensored full HD video Qian provided, capturing every intimate moment between him and Kai at the hot springs, Zhang fell silent. There's a saying, with money, you can even buy a deity. Zhang immediately offered 1 million yuan, roughly $140,000. After some back and forth, Chen agreed to 2 million yuan, about $280,000, with half of it in rosewood furniture. Without hesitation, Zhang pulled out his phone and transferred the money to Chen. But the story didn't end there. After receiving the payment, Chen began to think, perhaps monk Zhang truly wasn't short on cash. In just a few minutes, he had readily transferred 2 million yuan to the couple, suggesting his account likely held at least 10 million yuan. In February 2023, Qian traveled alone to Sichuan to confront Zhang again. Sensing trouble, Zhang adamantly refused to meet. Undeterred, Qian contacted one of the monk's associates, delivering a message. If Zhang didn't show up, Qian would expose all of the abbot's actions online. At this point, Zhang grew deeply anxious and sent someone to negotiate with Qian. Ultimately, Zhang agreed to pay the couple an additional 3.2 million yuan, approximately $450,000, in 3 installments. In the first installment, he paid Qian 1.2 million yuan, about $170,000. Over the next 2 years, Zhang would pay 1 million yuan annually, roughly $140,000 each year. This time, however, the abbot didn't hand over the money as easily as he had the previous 2 million. He demanded that Qian sign an agreement. Though the income from their furniture business was substantial, Qian had never seen money come so effortlessly. He remarked, "As long as the money is paid, I'll sign anything." In an instant, Qian had 3.2 million yuan in hand. With the potential for an additional 2 million in the future, he stood to gain a total of 5.2 million yuan, equivalent to over $730,000. But while Qian was reveling in the joy of reaping rewards without effort, one day the police came knocking at his door. What had happened? Once the agreement was finalized, it seemed the matter had been settled. Neither side wanted to escalate the situation further. But perhaps monk Zhang had a change of heart. After years of studying Buddhist teachings, he realized that money wasn't the issue. Human greed was. If this continued, the other party might never stop demanding more. This nightmare would never end. At this point, he thought of the signed agreement he held, bearing Qian's signature. He decided to report the matter to the police. Swiftly, Qian and Kai were arrested. The three faced each other in court. The prosecution argued that the couple had committed fraud and extortion, extracting 3.2 million yuan, approximately $450,000. This substantial sum constituted a serious violation of criminal law. Qian was identified as the primary perpetrator, with Kai as an accomplice. What about Abbot Zhang? Clearly, it was unusual for the abbot of a temple to possess such vast wealth. He had previously spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on Kai's products, and readily transferred millions of yuan to Qian in mere moments. Was all of this the monk's legitimate income, misappropriated temple donations, or borrowed funds from relatives and friends? The results of this investigation have not yet been disclosed. However, shortly thereafter, Zhang was suspended from his position as abbot and stripped of his other titles. This incident once again raised public questions about online behavior, the ethics of monks, and transparency in managing public funds. From a human nature perspective, all three individuals displayed profound greed. The monk violated his vows, succumbing to worldly desires. The immense wealth he possessed also sparked suspicion. Kai, the streamer, didn't hesitate to betray her marriage for a wealthy online lover. As for Qian, Kai's husband, his actions knew no bounds. A man willing to let his spouse engage in such dishonorable acts for profit is truly beyond words. In the end, all three became a laughingstock in society. What do you think of today's case? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below for discussion. And before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to catch our next videos on True Crime channel.